Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set 50, plant. 45.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Pilot, 64, weak.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready up.
Bring it over there, right? 52's the mic. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
SOS.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, exit. 52.
Operating from the gun. Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
48's the mic. So small, 48's the mic.
First down, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 15. Check 51.
Jameis to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Tight white. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Hey, 5 on 50. 5 on 50.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
On the set. Hey, high 7.
Mike 5-2.
2nd and 9 now. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Nix's pass, complete to number 32. It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Check.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's taken to the 26. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Hey.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Kill.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
It's 3rd and 7.
Ready. Black 22. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Mike check 33.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ready. White 25. Hey. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Okay. Where we go?
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Hey, stop. Let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. 280.
Hey, watch the slide.
5-0. Where we go?
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ready. Black 22.
Barber on 1st and 10. Oh, Barber loses it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 7-0.
Buccaneers, nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Buccaneers, first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Slam, slam, slam.
Running right, Jones. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Ready? Black 25 behind. Wait.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Now Jones. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. One back in the game, that's Jones, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen. Check 43.
They'll run. This is Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the gun, Nix. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he fields it cleanly. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Mike, ready? White 25. Been a long day for you. Tight on this side. Tight on the left. Move. 80 welcome. 4 down. Watch 80. Watch. Let me go.
Jameis now on 1st down. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Sunday. 49. Check 49. Check 49. 66. Run it. He's checking. Even.
They'll run it with Jones. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get it for
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Watch the out. check 33. 33.
On third down, Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
Hey, Tony, Black, we do that.
He's crashing. He's checking crack.
Off the play fake, Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal.
57's right. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On play action, Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line.
At their own 6-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7.
Slam.
Come on. Contact.
Winston now. Sliding out of the pocket. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And now look at him go. 30, 20, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scott Miller, an even 90 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Hey, go. Getting some penetration. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Here's the second and 7. Being chased out left. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
You see me? They can't stop me out here.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on fourth down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Watch Twitch.
Again, it's Jones. He juked him. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready? White 25.
Check 48's the mic.
You ain't stop. You ain't doing nothing today.
They go play action. Winston. He's got Evans. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver. that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Ready? Flag. What is that? Check right. Check right. Flip. Safe. Let it roll. Check safety. Check safety.
They'll go again to Jones. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Wide, get wide. You draw quarters.
They run it again with Kamara. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nix. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And it's fielded at the 34. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back now in Tampa. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Ready. Who ready? 57. 36. Wait. Hey, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Now Jones. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Second and goal from the 1.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing, Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Ready?
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Ready, ready. Watch 52. Greystone, travel.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
Hey, orbit.
Don't get nervous.
Mike 52, Mike 52. You got nothing.
Fight.
Off play action. Nix. Buying time to his left. Incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The Saints on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, Nix. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know,
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. This is Jones. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Bucs on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Mike 47. I got it. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike Corbin Orman. Corbin. 47's a Mike. 47's a Mike. It's just me and you. It's just
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Mike 47. You're trash. You're trash.
From the gun, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Come on. Contact.
All day, every day.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. Room here to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, even.
Switch.
Winston gives to Barber. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On first down, it's Jones, and he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
At the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 15.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Bucs, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll fall